Have you ever wondered what truly went on inside the legendary Temple of Solomon? We all know the Sunday school stories, but what if I told you there are layers of secrets and symbolism hidden within its very walls, secrets the Bible hints at, but your church might never have mentioned? Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover the forgotten wisdom of one of the most magnificent structures ever built. We'll peel back the layers of history, scripture, and ancient tradition to explore what really made Solomon's temple the center of the cosmos for the ancient Israelites. This isn't just about gold and stone. It's about a spiritual technology and a divine blueprint that has fascinated scholars and mystics for millennia. So get ready, because you're about to see the Great Temple in a way you never have before. Let's start with the basics. The Bible, in the books of Kings and Chronicles, gives us an incredibly detailed blueprint. We're talking precise measurements, specific materials like the cedars of Lebanon and purest gold, and a layout that was anything but random. But here's the first secret. The temple wasn't just a building. It was seen as a microcosm of the entire universe, a model of creation itself. Think about it. The outer court, the holy place, and then the Holy of Holies, this three-part structure mirrors ancient cosmology, representing the earth, the heavens, and the divine realm where God dwells. When a priest moved through the temple, he was symbolically journeying from the profane, everyday world toward the very presence of the Creator. It was a physical map of a spiritual journey. Now, let's talk about the two giant bronze pillars that stood at the entrance, named Jachin and Boaz. Your pastor might have mentioned them, but did they explain their profound significance? These weren't just decorative columns. In Hebrew, Jachin means, "he will establish," and Boaz means, "in him is strength." Together they form a powerful statement, "he will establish in strength," but the secret goes deeper. These pillars represented the fundamental dualities of existence, light and dark, masculine and feminine, mercy and judgment. They were gateways, symbolizing the balance needed to enter a sacred space. To pass between them was to acknowledge and harmonize these opposing forces within oneself before approaching the divine. This concept of duality and balance is a cornerstone of many mystical traditions, and it was right there, cast in bronze, at the entrance to God's house. Let's venture inside, into the holy place. It wasn't empty. It contained three key pieces of furniture: the golden menorah, the table of showbread, and the altar of incense. Each one is a universe of symbolism. The seven-branched menorah wasn't just a lamp. Its light represented the divine spirit, the light of creation, and the 7 days of the week, a perpetual flame of God's presence. Across from it, the table of showbread held 12 loaves of bread, one for each tribe of Israel. This wasn't just a symbolic meal. It represented a constant covenant, a communion between God and his people, signifying that God was their ultimate provider. And finally, the altar of incense, positioned right before the veil to the Holy of Holies. The fragrant smoke rising from it symbolized the prayers of the people ascending to God. The combination of light, sustenance, and prayer created a multi-sensory environment designed to elevate the human spirit and prepare the high priest for the ultimate encounter. Now, we approach the most sacred and mysterious part of the temple, the Holy of Holies, the Kodesh HaKodashim. This was a perfect cube, completely dark, separated by a massive, ornate veil. This is where the Ark of the Covenant was kept, and it was believed that the very presence of God, the Shekinah glory, dwelled between the cherubim on the Ark's lid. The high priest could only enter this space once a year, on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, and only after rigorous purification. The secret here is about divine presence and absence. The total darkness wasn't an emptiness, but a fullness beyond human comprehension. It represented the mystery of God who cannot be seen or depicted. The veil itself is hugely symbolic. When Christ died, The Gospels say the veil in the Second Temple was torn from top to bottom. The symbolism is powerful. The barrier between humanity and the direct presence of God was removed. The path to the Holy of Holies was now open to all, not just a single priest once a year. But what about the things the Bible doesn't spell out? This is where it gets even more interesting. Many scholars and traditions, including Jewish mysticism or Kabbalah, see the temple's design as a physical manifestation of the tree of life. The different chambers, objects, and levels correspond to the Sephirot, the 10 divine emanations that form the building blocks of reality. According to this view, the temple wasn't just a place on earth, it was a connection between earth and the higher spiritual realms. Its architecture was a form of sacred geometry, a mathematical language that encoded the secrets of the cosmos and the human soul. This is why groups like the Freemasons have been so fascinated with Solomon's Temple for centuries. They see it as a blueprint for moral and spiritual self-improvement, a temple of man to be built within our own hearts. And let's not forget the molten sea. The Bible describes a massive bronze basin holding thousands of gallons of water, supported by 12 bronze oxen. The standard explanation is that it was for the priest's ritual cleansing. But the secret is in its cosmic symbolism. This sea wasn't just a bathtub. It represented the primordial waters of creation, the chaotic sea that God tamed in the Genesis account. The priests, by washing in it, were symbolically reenacting the act of creation, purifying themselves and returning to a state of primordial order before serving God. The 12 oxen represented the 12 tribes of Israel, and by extension, the entire created order, holding up this symbol of divine power and creation. So why isn't this widely taught? Perhaps because it moves beyond simple historical narrative and into the realm of the mystical, the symbolic, and the esoteric. It requires us to read the Bible not just as a history book, but as a deeply layered spiritual text filled with hidden meanings. The secrets of Solomon's Temple reveal that the structure was more than just the heart of a religion. It was a spiritual engine, a concentration of cosmic energy, and a guide for the human soul's journey back to its source. It was a place where heaven and earth truly met. The legacy of the temple didn't end when it was destroyed. Its blueprint has echoed through time, influencing synagogue and church architecture and inspiring countless seekers of wisdom. The real temple, as the apostles would later teach, is now within us. The journey through the outer courts, past the pillars and into the Holy of Holies, is a journey we can all take internally. By understanding the secrets of Solomon's Temple, we unlock a deeper understanding of our own spiritual potential and the divine architecture woven into the fabric of our being. It's a timeless story of building a sacred space for God, not just with stone and gold, but within our own lives. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey today. If this has sparked your curiosity and you want to explore more hidden truths from ancient texts, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the mysteries of the past. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep seeking.